Hello, so today I want to show you how to draw a Kandinsky inspired cityscape. So this is going to have a lot of patterns and designs, and a lot of those designs in the background that I'm going to use will be circular to represent some of Kandinsky's style. So to start your cityscape, you're going to want to draw vertical lines going up and down, and you can change the length of these to start. These will end up being your buildings for your city. So you're just going to draw a few of those lines going down your paper. And then you're going to use a horizontal line and connect them. And you can change the different heights. So these will represent your buildings in your cityscape. So then you can add a triangle for the tops of your buildings. And then now that I have my buildings, I'm going to go in and add all these patterns and designs using my black marker because I want this to just be black and white. My background behind my cityscape will be colorful. So this is a zigzag line. You can use zigzag lines, pretty much any kind of line and design that you can think of. And this is a great way to practice drawing your patterns. You could make this more detailed by going back, adding some dots in between. So I'm just going to give you the basics. I have a finished piece I'm going to show you and when I'm done giving you instructions for this one. So for each of your triangles, you can add different styles to create your rooftop. So you could just use simple straight lines and change the direction. You could use wavy lines. You could use some loop-de-loop lines. So again, this is a great way to review the different kinds of lines. All right, so my rooftops are all done. You could continue to add those patterns, changing them up. So maybe you draw a swirly pattern in this building. And you would finish that up. Maybe over here you would draw a checker pattern. So you're going to want to use straight lines, and you're going to go up and down and then side to side. And then you could always use lines to color in your checker pattern for even more pattern. And so on. You could use polka dots, just changing the size too. Some polka dots could be really big, some could be really small. So you could have like this Dalmatian building. You could draw, let's see, change your lines. Make a zigzag line coming down, but then inside your zigzag line, change a pattern. So maybe I have a diagonal line, and then it changes, and it goes this way, and then it changes back. And that's going to be great for creating this sense of movement or motion, because you're using those lines and they are opposite. They're kind of working against each other to make your eye want to move back and forth. Okay, so those are just some ideas for the buildings. And then for your background, to make this look more like a Kandinsky piece, you want to create these circles. And so you start with a small circle and then you trace around it. And you can alternate the colors. So I'm just going to go back and forth between purple and green. And when you get between your buildings, take the time to just add those little lines so it looks as though the circle is behind your building. Then change up your colors. So maybe you're going to have some orange. And you're going to switch back and forth. Same thing, take the time to go in between your building. And you would do this until your background is filled. And once your background pieces were filled, you could then use some crayons to color in your circles that you made, picking a lighter color so that the circle lines that you used marker on stand out. Okay. So this is just to show you how to do this. I'm gonna go ahead and share my completed one now. So this is what it should look like when it's finished. You will have finished all your patterns in your city buildings so that you have a nice bold cityscape because you're just using black and white and make those lines pop, and you can see all the different designs I've done. Then in your background is where you want to use the color, and you also want to use your circular designs where you're just tracing around the circles till they get bigger and bigger and changing the different colors you use to really make that a fun, colorful background, but also to represent some of Kandinsky's style. So I hope you enjoy this lesson and that you're doing well and have fun. Take care. Bye.